Good morning, welcome back to another video. Bit different today. I'm down on the land just doing the last few jobs and trying to prepare the garden to be left for a few weeks. So yep, I'm going back to the UK to see Darren and the family, to see Max, give him a big scrunkle, and yep, just trying to get a last few minute jobs done before I leave tomorrow. Make sure the garden is in the best shape it can to survive. And one of those jobs was summer pruning this apple tree. So if you remember, this is one of the trees that we found when we started to clear the land way back 3 years ago, and we found this apple tree, and last year it gave me loads of huge apples. I cooked them, ate them, dried them, stewed them, put them into jams. So today it's had a summer pruning. I've chopped and dropped all the leaves around the bottom as a mulch, and what I did a couple of weeks ago was check it all out, and the fruit that's on was in like clumps of 5 and 6. So I pulled off 2 or 3 of each of the clumps so that there's only 2 or 3 left in each cluster. Then there'll probably be another natural drop where the tree will shred, maybe it's another 1 or 2 of those, and then I'll get what's left. I know compared to last year that that's going to be barely anything, because it was really large last year and it had long hanging branches and they were starting to snap under the weight of the fruit. So what I did after I'd harvested them at the end of summer last year, I cut the tree right back, and I also did that with another tree that I have further down on the bottom of the land, and yeah, looking much healthier. So it's had a good summer hairdo, and now I'm going to give it a good soak of water, and that should see it right for quite some time. There we go. The only problem with that job was that the ants have taken over. There is an ant's nest just here, and as soon as I started to step in, then of course they were all over me, and they're the tiny little bitey bleep bleep bleeps. So it's quite infuriating when they get in your feet and in your hands. It also looks like the strawberries are having a rest. I haven't had any strawberries for a week. Well, nothing to mention, but they're still in production. They're just flowering again and setting fruit. So my friend that's looking after the garden, I've told her if the fruit comes, just to eat it and enjoy it. The main job I want to get done this morning though is giving the trees a good soak, and that means filling up my water bottles. Good morning, everyone. Oh, I'm going to have to squint and hide behind the little hazelnut tree a bit. I'm loving these early mornings. Yeah, I'm a real morning person. So I think sunrise was 6:05 this morning. We're on the last day of May, the 30th of May. And I think it's also the last day for clearing your land and that kind of thing before the use of heavy machinery is reduced or forbidden. Oh, just got a big blackbird just popped into the garden. Lovely. Yes, so last day of May, and just wanted to get trimmed all around the edges of the beds, kind of the first things that I did because it had regrown. And this week the temperatures just hiked up, so we were sort of nicely around the 25-26 degrees centigrade mark. But now, yesterday I looked at my phone in the afternoon and it was 38 degrees. So yeah, yesterday was a staying in day. Yeah. That's why I was determined to get out this morning. Not at 6:05 when the sun came up, but I think I got out at about 20 past, and it's now nearly 7:30. So I'm going to have my breakfast, and I've got my coffee just made. I love having my little stove here at the garden house, and do a little bit of weeding and just checking over, and then get back to the house before it gets too hot. But I have kind of promised myself I might go for a swim this afternoon, so off to the river beach and a nice cool down, because yesterday was a bit of a long day. It was the first day that I've just stayed in pretty much all day. I came in the morning, did all the watering very early on, and then did jobs around the house, took the quilt out of the duvet cover, gosh, because it was way too hot on a night now to have anything but the cover on. So that's one job I have to do today, is try and figure out how to, once your quilt's all opened up and expanded, how do you get it like squashed back down and find somewhere to store it until winter. So yeah, right, I'm gonna have my breakfast, and I'll see you soon. Oh, that was a good job done. And now it's nice and clean. I've left it upside down, and then when I come back from the UK, that'll be all clean and ready to fill up. It's a nice cool dipping pool. Yeah, that'd be lovely. Flies. It's 8:10 in the morning, so that's me done for the day. It's about 26 degrees now, so that's about time to stop. I've got all the jobs done that I wanted to get done, so I'll go and get myself organised, and I've kind of promised myself a day at the river beach, so I think that's what I might do. Just having one last look because it's so peaceful here. I can't believe how much the grapes have come on since we cleared around it. Brilliant. And even a second postscript. I figured out the quilt, so I folded it into 4, tied it with some string into a sausage, and then shoved it in some bin bags. Now I just have to hope that that will fit under the bed. Well, I've got the place to myself, so that's lovely. And I've got my little section set up, so I'm going to have a quick swim, first one of the year, and then I've got my book and my snacks, and I'm just going to relax. Which is really nice. It's not too hot today, and I've got this little bit round here, so as the sun comes round this all becomes shaded. Peace and quiet. I don't know whether you can see, but when I came earlier today, this section of the river here had stones, and I had noticed that they'd closed the sluice gate, so the river level is actually rising. I noticed when I went for my second swim. It's quickly filling up. So I think I'm all organised now. This is all I'm taking. Yeah, basically a few clothes, different pair of shoes. Yeah, I've got my purse, got my passport, got my phone. Just need my toothbrush. This time I decided to take the Flixbus down to Faro because I could then get a direct flight to Newcastle. So this is the hostel that I stayed in Faro one night, and I arrived late in the afternoon. It was clean, very clean, sort of mid-range price. This is the dormitory that I stayed in. It was an 8-bedroom, all-female dormitory, and I was on one of the top bunks. For those of you who are interested, the Flixbus I took from Castellabranco to Faro, and the return journey cost me £34.37, which I think is brilliant value. And for that, there's a stopover in Lisbon, just long enough to nip to the loo and have a meal. The flight was with Ryanair, and for a return was £108.45. So the direct flight makes it so much easier when I can get right into Newcastle rather than going to Porto or Lisbon, which only go into Manchester, the closest for me. The hostel was £31.83 per night. You don't get any food with that. It's literally just for your bed, but you've got access to showers, and there was a lovely clean kitchen where you could prepare yourself food if you wanted to. So I spent the night in Faro, and then the next day I had most of the morning to myself before I had to get to the airport. So I had a quick look around the local area and spotted some really beautiful churches, one of them with an amazing stork's nest on the top. And using Google Maps, I found a park. It was a lovely green space, nice and cool, and actually had peacocks in it, and they were so loud. It was quite amazing. Then flight back to Newcastle, picked up by Jade, and the next morning out with Max.
Come here. Where are we going?
Thanks very much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed my journey back to the UK. Thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you've enjoyed the video, remember to give it a like and share with anyone you think will be interested. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Max. Come on. Good lad. Good boy. Well done.